Sandwich. I have a really cool attorney that I'm gonna introduce on here to the virtual stage any minute now. His name is T. Wayne. I'll let you guess his last name. And I'm gonna play this video for you first, though, to remind you about what Care Sandwich is all about.
Welcome to Care Sandwich, the podcast where we dive into the success journeys of law firm owners across the country. I'm Margarita Eberline, your host and the founder of Marketing Boss, a fractional chief marketing officer firm for law firms. On this show, we'll explore the challenges, strategies, and victories that have shaped law firms and how they wrap every interaction with care. Because we believe that caring isn't just a value, it's a strategy for success. So grab your favorite sandwich, sit back, and let's dig into a conversation filled with insight, inspiration, and of course, a lot of care.
Welcome back to Care Sandwich. Welcome me to the stage, T. Wayne. How's it
Good.
going?
Hey, Margaret, how you doing today?
Great. Your name is so sticky.
Yeah, well, lawyers, we have to have an initial out there to pretend we're important, but we know we're all not too serious. I'm sure you deal with a lot of lawyers on a weekly and daily basis. I know, Margarita. So, yeah, my T's my handle out there for T. Wayne. I like to get the local judges and lawyers to know a little different variation on my name.
Awesome. I love it. I know all about that. My ongoing horrible joke is my name's Margarita and I work with lawyers because what lawyer doesn't love a good margarita? Get it?
Yes. You got a good handle there. You got a good handle, Margarita. So, yeah.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. But tell us about you. What do you do? Where are you? What sort of law do you practice? And how do you do it well?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to be on here with you today. Yeah, I'm a personal injury attorney based in Virginia Beach, Virginia, although we have offices in Roanoke in the western part of the state, a lawyer in Fairfax, Virginia, and a lawyer on the eastern shore of Virginia, which is a little peninsula where I grew up across the Chesapeake Bay from Virginia Beach. So we actually have up to 4 locations, and we serve the whole state of Virginia doing personal injury matters involving typical stuff like car accidents, dog bites, slip and falls. And then we also do nursing home abuse cases, which is kind of different than some other personal injury attorneys do. It's a very difficult area of practice. All of it's difficult. We dealing with people with most difficult times in their lives on a personal basis. Obviously, unfortunately, we'll deal with a wrongful death case, which we do with the family. But nursing home cases are very also sensitive topics, cases that we work on where a loved one is either demented or been lost, and we have to determine what happened to them. So we're a full-service personal injury attorney firm with, like I said, separate locations all over the state, serve the whole state. I've been practicing about 25 years with my law partner, Jonathan Deloach, and we've been in the business 17 and a half years, which is awesome. We're excited to keep moving forward to be the big 20th soon, and we're going to have a big celebration for that. So things are going well. We're a growing law firm, but it's a very competitive area, as you know, and so we're here to serve our clients in a personal manner and get good results. So it's a little bit about my background. I hope that gives you the audience a little feel for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you are doing some really fun things with your marketing, with your website and things like that. But what I would love to talk about is what is your actual story? Like, why did you decide to go into personal injury, and why are there like stories behind the different practice areas? And I'm particularly curious if you want to talk about the nursing home abuse, because that is very rare for law firms to take that one on. And I know exactly what you're talking about, like super difficult to build those cases up, prove them. So yeah.
Right. Well, let me get back to the beginning if I can. Most people would ask lawyers, what made you want to become a lawyer? So my story goes back to my mother telling me I like to argue a lot as a child. I think I've heard that as a common theme. Her first story was that I negotiated my outfit for church and negotiated into a better fit for me, I think. So that's how I kind of got into wanting to be a lawyer early on in my life, and never wavered from that. And then, when I got through law school and through the whole bar process and became a lawyer. I was trying to find my way and found that trial work was my bailiwick. I enjoy jury
Mm.
trials and taking care of clients, and going to courtrooms. That's something I enjoy doing, speaking to juries, getting good results or presenting the case the best that I can to each individual jury and seek a good result from a jury. So, our firm really focuses on giving personal attention to clients. So that's that big marketing push for us. There's a lot of big law firms out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. Massive law firms, and we're a growing law firm, but at our firm, you get to meet with a lawyer from day one, and we think that it kind of separates us from some of the larger firms.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And you're right. I mean, the bigger you are, the harder it can get to control quality, if I can put it that way, and the customer experience can get diluted. So there's definitely advantages to your setup. Walk us through how you've been able to scale with this white glove approach that you have.
Well, yeah, it's a step by step, as you know. It's a labor of love, finding the right people. We're blessed to have good staff members, good lawyers working for us, and kind of proceed in a measured way in each market to make sure we do it the right way. For instance, on the Eastern Shore, we purchased a pre-existing law firm that had been there for over 117 years, or
Mm.
has been there 117 years this year. So partnered up with a lawyer over there that I knew and respected. So we did it that way over there. Kind of done it different ways here in Hampton Roads in Virginia Beach area. My partner and I built it from scratch, two men and sitting on a couple boxes and a couple computers. And 17 and a half years later, we're in our own building, fully staffed, and have all the tools needed to support our clients. So did it this way, and then in the Roanoke office kind of did it similar to the other office by partnering up with another well-established lawyer in the area who we worked with and referred us cases. So, referrals are a big part of the business too, Margarita. We do lots of advertising, but the referrals from trusted other professionals and clients, of course, is the way we've built this business. So it's
I
worked.
love that.
Yeah. So it's work for us out there, and then we're excited this month to buy our own building in Roanoke, so we now have our own standalone location coming up in Roanoke. So that's exciting. So a lot of hard work, a lot of plans, and successes and failures, because it's a little bit of learning in both of those.
Yeah, and let's talk about more about your mindset about referrals. And I'll give you this context of what I've seen. I have conversations about marketing all the time with law firm owners, and many forget that referral marketing is also a type of marketing that can fit really well into your marketing ecosystem. And it's almost like, it's not on people's radar as marketing. So walk us through, how do you do it so that you can actually do it at scale? Because I think that's what's missing, right? If you're good at what you do, you're going to get referrals when you go to church or to the grocery store or wherever your community is. But I'm talking about like scalable referral processes. Would you share, like, how do you do it so that it's scalable and it sounds like it's worked really well for you?
Hey there, I hope you're enjoying the conversation and your sandwich as much as we are. I want to take a moment to share a few words about our sponsor, Marketing Boss. If you're a law firm owner looking to supercharge your growth, our team at Marketing Boss is here to help. We've got over a decade of experience and a proven track record, and we specialize in growing law firms like yours with data-driven marketing leadership. So if you own a law firm and you're ready to get a predictable, steady flow of cases from your marketing, let's connect at marketing-boss.com.
Yeah, appreciate it. And it's kind of a timely. We have a marketing meeting with our team every Friday, and we just talked about this because, as you know, we lawyers and any business can throw money at marketing. You can do radio, television, print ads, all kinds of different avenues to market your business. But I think it's important not to forget those referral-based groups we're in. So at our Friday meeting, I think we were intentional about discussing the fact that this year we're going to focus more on those groups we're attending, meeting one-on-one with people following those groups, because I'm sure a lot of your listeners and other owners like myself have bags and bags of cards, or they've got the contacts in their phones. People always want to say, "Hey, let's do business," but the way I think you need to treat it as intentional and scalable by meeting with individuals, asking for referrals. I think a lot of us just want to say, "Hey, I'm a lawyer. I do this for a living. I'm a personal injury lawyer." But you need to meet other successful business owners and ask them directly. Hey, personal injury is very situational, but if you know someone who needs a free consultation, I appreciate the opportunity to speak to somebody. Likewise, we are not just takers; we're givers. So establishing relationships with the other people that are your referral sources. So I want to help the other business owners help them get business, because there's no other better way to build a relationship. You don't want to just be taking from them. So that's what we want to work harder as a team, our whole team, the Roanoke office, the Eastern Shore office, myself in Hampton Roads, and then the Fairfax market, is by, you know, working those channels and spending the time doing that, not just throwing money at it. Money, branding is important through the big channels, and we do that also. But I think a combination of the two is what leads to more leads, more clients, and better success.
Absolutely. And I'd even add a couple of things that you said. So asking for the referrals can be having a cup of coffee with somebody that's been a good referral partner and reminding them of the value that or the value that you have around the relationship, right? It can also be leveraging the law of reciprocity, right? Where maybe you don't keep track of how many referrals you send out. Maybe some of them are co-counsel opportunities, maybe some of them are not. But when you do it as a habit, I really do believe, and I've seen it comes back, right? It's not
Right.
always I give you two cases, you give me two cases. It's not always so transactional, is what I find. Like law firm owners that have been really successful at scaling with referrals, I've noticed are just very much about how can I give, where can I give, how can I help, how can I contribute, and then the rest just kind of takes care of itself. And then a couple of other things, with gift giving, events, those are also really wonderful referral opportunities. Are your referral, network clients receiving any sort of constant communications through automation or anything like that, or is it all old school?
No, it's a combination. A lot of tools with
I
the world
figured.
today. However, so
Yeah.
we're reaching out to with electronic happy birthdays, connecting,
Mm.
but we're also calling our marketing director and our intake person are following up with prior clients, just touching base. So don't forget to reach out to those prior clients and just check in sometime, because you never know where that's going to lead. These
I
are all
love it.
labor intensive things, Margarita, but they pay off. I think they allow you to have more control of it than. And again, I'm not downing spending money in marketing and getting branding, because I think that helps people know who you are and recognize your name in the market. But calling those people, we send out food cards, coffee cards, things to tell people thank you, remind them. But I think you hit it on the right point earlier, is that do the right thing, and business can come from that. I'm not saying that you don't have to work hard to provide information and ask for business, but if you help with a charity or help another business owner get more business, learning more about another business owner is important too, because just like us as lawyers, sometimes friends call me up, hey, can you handle my divorce? Well, I'm sorry, I have not educated you enough or talked enough to let you know that I'm a personal injury lawyer, not just a lawyer. And we're all busy, right, these days. I'm not blaming people, but I have to work harder.
Yeah.
And let me tell you about what I do for a living. Let me explain it. Likewise, tell me about your business so I can think about you when I want to refer you a case or a client.
So let's talk about that. If somebody is listening and is a law firm owner or even just a consumer and is thinking, I want to refer some cases to you and your firm, how would they go? What can they expect? How would they go about that? What's the best way to do that? Is it through your social handles or your website, special phone number? What's that process like? And then what can they expect?
Right. Well, they can expect personal attention. That's why my tagline is to keep saying it. But call the office, ask for me. I'm always available. I'm the business owner, and I handle a lot of components of running this office and a statewide venture. But I'll pick up the phone and talk to anybody who has a case and needs help. So I'm happy to speak to them. They can reach out through social channels. I see our website showing up down there. There's no shortage of ways to reach out to us, Margarita. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you'll talk to me if you want to talk to me. You ask for me, give me a message, I will get back to you. So I want to practice what I preach. I'm not out there saying, hey, I'm available when I'm not. When I am, whether it's a large case, a small case, or any case. In fact, even just, let me call and talk about your insurance coverage, because that's a big thing I educate the public in, and marketing meetings. Just was in one last week. And, I don't want people to be injured in an accident, but these things happen. So the only way I can help prepare people is to look at your insurance coverage, understand your coverage, talk to me about your coverage, because, people all know to have it, but they don't know what they have. It's an amazing thing that I find of all levels of society. They don't know what their coverage is. And I want to be able to help them know what that is, and it'll be available if they need it. And if I need to get involved now, we have coverage in place to help in the worst of times.
Oh my gosh, I could go on for days about coverage, or they think they know what coverage they have because
Full
of
coverage.
labels like full coverage, and they're like, oh no, it's not actually full coverage. Oh my gosh, yeah. I have wonderful insurance thanks to all the attorneys that I work with, but it's been
I
great.
hope so, Margarita. With all the lawyers you speak to, I hope you have good coverage. So.
Right? I have no excuse. But well, I have one more question for you. And some might say it's the most important question, and it's a no judgment, no right answer, no wrong answer, okay?
All right.
What is your favorite sandwich? Because it's called the Care Sandwich Podcast.
My favorite
Get it?
sandwich. Am I allowed to say a cheeseburger's a sandwich? Is that a sandwich?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
burrito's a sandwich, a cheeseburger. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I have to go with a good old fashioned cheeseburger on the grill. Is my favorite sandwich. Can't beat that. I eat all kinds of sandwiches, but when you said no judgment and you said sandwich, the first thing came to mind was cheeseburger. Maybe throw a little bacon on there too, so that's even better. So,
Is there a favorite spot that you like to go to?
Well, I'll tell you, my favorite spot is my grill. I like to cook my own hamburger on my cheese. Nothing better than maybe a cold adult beverage and flipping a cheeseburger or two, and then eating it in the great outdoors. I think that's my favorite place to have a cheeseburger.
That's awesome. If you hunt too, we're going to be best friends.
Oh, hunt. I'm from the Eastern Shore of Virginia, so I've done a little bit of hunting over there. So, I can hook you up with some stuff if you need it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I hope those of you that are tuned in and really enjoyed this episode, I know I did. He gave some really good tips on networking, and I hope you do more of it. We'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich, and T. Wayne, don't go anywhere. We'll see you backstage.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Care Sandwich. Remember, the way we care for our clients, our teams, and ourselves can make all the difference in our success. Until next time, keep caring, keep growing, and I'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.